Ladies and gentlemen,
what's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. You're here to give average game a shit, I imagine. Yeah, he more than likely is, Moorph. He more than likely is. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome to episode 8 of Average Chatter. Thank you so much for the starting stream, love. Thank you so much. Moorph and Shy for the biddies. Nova, Moorph, everyone for the biddies. Mrs. Average, thank you, my dear. So today, folks, we've got an absolute titan of a streamer, in my opinion, here on Average Chatter today. We've got Moorph Games with us, who is an informative streamer, but he gets in there with a few games as well. You know, he streams Monday, Wednesday, and Friday Eastern Standard Times from 9 PM on Monday, 9 PM on Wednesday, and 10 PM on Fridays. He's an advocate for Mix It Up Bot as well, and he's just amazing, you know, so it's an absolute honour to have him here with us today. And speaking of which, without further ado, let's head on over. Oh, help if I unmuted. There we go. Hey, Moorph.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, good. Welcome to Average Chatter, mate. I appreciate you coming by.
Hold on, I gotta not watch that stream because that will confuse me. Hold on. There we go. There we go.
Oh, good,
I was trying to watch a Twitch stream, but it's a delay, so.
Oh, true. Yeah. So let me give you a shout out first and foremost, and just pump out a few shout outs because I don't have an automatic bot.
Anyway, Mama
I appreciate it. Whoa. We gotta get that set up for you then.
We do. I've been meaning to do it for so long, and every time I see someone do it, it reminds me, and then I forget. Bearded Nova.
Someone's trying to maintain their number one.
Hey, what's up, Turtle?
Welcome to 1118 Nation.
The Pizza Power Man is here. Legend, absolute legend.
Indeed.
Awesome, Mama
Indeed.
All right. So, how's your week been so far, Moorph? I mean, you had a pretty awesome stream last night.
Yeah, it's been a great start to the week. Definitely been a great start. Can't complain when you have that kind of energy like I had last night, the whole night.
That's awesome. You're getting closer to those those fabled numbers, and getting that tick.
Yeah, and now the anxiety sets in.
I bet. I don't doubt that at all. So I'll kick things off light. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So I have been streaming for about 2 years. It'll be 2 years in November. Almost all exclusively on Twitch. I spent 3 months over YouTube, right in the middle of that. And like you said, I am mainly a just chatting streamer. I probably should be in this category you're in, the talk shows, the podcast, but yeah, I do mainly just chatting, and then usually about 1 day a week I play a game just to amuse people that come by the stream and want to watch me be terrible or frightened or something. And my whole thing is about trying to make people better at what they do as a streamer or content creator, whatever that is. I feel I can offer people some help based on life experiences.
And you definitely do that. People from all over tune into you every single time you hit that live button to hear that wisdom that you give people every damn day, and it's amazing. Whether it's here on Twitch, out there on TikTok, or any other platform, you're giving the amazing advice. I mean, it's helped me. 100% it's helped me.
I tell people what they need to hear, whether they want to hear it or not.
There's definitely a few people out there that feel like they've had their toes stomped on, but at the end of the day, that's what they needed to hear, and sometimes the truth is hard to hear.
Even when they get mad, I always, in the back of my mind, I'm like, there's gonna be that day in like 3 weeks, you're gonna be like, God damn it, he was right.
Yeah.
And that gives me satisfaction.
Absolutely. As Pizza Power said, you're giving advice that's widely gatekept by other communities, which is awesome. And I've even seen other creators out there charging money for the same advice that you're giving people. So
I don't understand it. Like,
no,
I'm not going to name any names, but like the people that give advice that you can very easily Google makes no sense.
Right?
It makes no sense to me. Like some people say, hey, this person grew by 5 followers by following this plan that we give to everybody. I'm like,
I also now believe that
find a way to make money.
Exactly. Oh, Little Witch is here, my main mod.
Hey, Little Witch.
And she's a great person that comes by your chat and scares the shit out of you every so often. So it's
I was gonna say she's a great person, except that she comes by and scares the shit out of me.
So Pizza Power, because people don't want to do the work themselves, they want someone else to do it for them. You're paying for that convenience, really, aren't you?
Yeah. And the problem when you give people that kind of generic advice, if you pick and choose your clients who are struggling obviously in an area, and you give them this advice, like, I know they're going to grow, they'll see growth and they'll be all excited and they'll tell people about it, and then they'll stop using a program, and then they'll inevitably hit a wall where your advice stops and it no longer applies to them and it doesn't help them. But by then they've already said all the nice things to you and given you money.
Exactly.
So
you said you've been streaming for 2 years.
Yep.
Mostly doing informative advice streams, and bringing on some really amazing guests, like M. Westby and Bowflex and Fireflow, the Jury, and just recently Exploder and Danny. Some really intelligent people when it comes to being out here on the Twitch platform that have also giving us some amazing advice. What would you say inspired you to start streaming and giving that advice and bringing these people on, or even streaming in general?
So when I first decided to get into streaming, it was because a friend of mine, we were gaming every single night, and drunkenly gaming, and we're like, we're really funny, we should go on and tell and do this stuff on stream in front of people. So we did. And then, as with anything, I started to learn. I wanted to be good at it, right? So I just did all my research, and then it wasn't too long. I'm like, oh, I get this. I get how this works. And I drew the parallels between what I've done in my career and how you grow in streaming. I'm like, oh, I get this. whether or not people like me, I can't control, but I know how to do it. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So what I've within the first 6 months, 5 months, whatever, I decided that I was going to start teaching people what I learned as I learned it. And then I realized that, oh, I can really just start doing this. I can start teaching people this stuff. And it grew from there. I hit a lull and I moved to YouTube.
Yeah.
And while I was there, somebody invited me on a podcast, and it was Brother Darkness 84, and it clicked right then. I'm like, oh, this is what I want to do. I want to do podcasts. So I changed up how I delivered information, and people really seem to like that way. So yeah.
And it's kind of been the opposite sort of journey for me. Like, I started on YouTube, and I can't really bring my in real life job or skills into streaming because it's a bit difficult for me to cart around my streaming gear house to house that I paint. You know, I'm a painter and decorator.
Yeah.
I'd probably get some funny looks if I started doing that. But you know, so hearing the advice from you has really helped me find a new way of presenting myself to Twitch and to my streams and to the people that come by, and finding my niche, you know, which is a variety streamer. You know, now I'm doing these just chatting podcast streams thrown in with my Sea of Thieves, thrown in with Fortnite and Assassin's Creed. But it's advice from you that has taught me how to present them to the audience and keep that engagement, which is very important, as you know.
It is. It's absolutely important.
It really is. And would you know, you said that you haven't always done informative streams. You know, you started off not so much on the podcast side, but doing the gaming side. That's the name, Moorph Games.
Yep.
You know, what did you play? You know, what did you... just out of curiosity.
When I came in, I don't know if you've ever heard of Moxie. He's mainly a Borderlands streamer.
Okay.
And I love the Borderlands series, and I kind of idolized Moxie. And when I play games, I can really get into them and into the strategy and the building. So I'm like, I'm going to go on Twitch. I'm going to be the next Moxie, you know, the next Borderlands streamer. And it just happens that it turned into what I was mentioning a question ago. But I also was playing a lot of Remnant at the time. I was playing a lot of Outriders at the time. So, you know, that kind of game. And like I was gaming console. That's all I did really was game, you know, but just a few different games. So, but yeah, it was a lot of fun.
You kept to the ones that you knew, much like myself. Yeah.
Yeah, I still don't do FPS because I'm just terrible at them.
Same. I used to try to stream COD, and I was just like, no. I just get too angry. I say way too many swear words. Start to get on the abusive side.
I don't know anything about that.
You, sir, are telling fibs. But TMT Pizza Power says, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Never a truer statement. No, you're absolutely right. You never know those lawn mowing guys on TikTok. I mean, yeah. But I don't think
that
someone...
reminds me of. It reminds me of a time at work several years ago where there was a process that my team was doing for another group, and we're talking about it one day. I'm like, hey, we're gonna show you guys how to do this so you can do it yourselves to make it so you can have it done when you want it done, because they were complaining that it took us a while to do it, and they're like, no. And I'm like, don't you want to know how to do it? No, we just want you to do it. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, all right, that's fine. I guess I can assimilate to that with my house painting, because sometimes we'll have the homeowners come in as we're painting the house, and they'll stand there, arms crossed, just watching how we do everything. And then they'll start asking questions. It's like, if you don't go away, we're going to start charging more to teach you. You know, but at the end of the day, they were just trying to work out how to do it themselves in future, which is it's fine.
Yeah.
So you know, that's a simulation that I can make that 100%. Pizza Power says that the first Borderlands is the best, second is the funniest, but the first is the best one.
So the first was good. I love the second one. I love the second one. The third has obviously the best end game. I did not like the story, but it has the best quality of life features and the best end game. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm privy to the second.
Right. So I haven't played any of the Borderlands games, but I've played Tiny Tina's, which is, you know, from the same people, and I believe it's in line somehow.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to go back and play them. I need to.
That's funny. I couldn't wait obviously till that one came out. I got it the day it came out. I sat down with a buddy. I played it for 2 hours. I got sick for some reason. I have not picked it up since. I don't know why. I just have not. Yeah. I should do that on stream. I should just do that one.
You really have to see. Which said the Claptrap is the best. I don't even know who Claptrap is.
Claptrap is this little annoying, sarcastic robot.
Ah, okay. So kind of like a mod in stream.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like Galette.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, Galette. If you're here,
I was going to say, is she watching? You might have to change where you live.
I hope not. I hope not.
Pre was
Oh yeah. Yeah. I not a huge fan of the Pre. I hated the oxygen mechanic. It was so annoying.
Oxygen mechanic.
Yeah, because you were in space. You were on a moon, so you had to run from. You know, you didn't always have your mask.
Right.
So you had to like run from. I didn't. Yeah.
Did I just hear Claptrap from Borderlands? You did. We're talking about some Borderlands at the moment. Grumpy. That's one of the games that Moorph sort of mainly played when he started out streaming. You know, so we're just sort of talking about that, and you know, I haven't played them. I've only played Tiny Tina's, so I'm going to have to force myself to go back to play all the Borderlands games to catch up onto what the hell's going on in Tiny Tina's.
Yep. It looks like it's unanimous in your chat that no one's a fan of the pre-sequel.
That's definitely unanimous. Jeez.
Aim, I don't love Jackbox. Unless it's one of the drawing ones, because I'm a world-class artist if you don't know. So.
Moorph's art. And Jackbox can also get very R18 plus very quickly.
Yeah.
Very quickly. I've seen it happen a lot. To the point where I'm questioning whether or not this is pushing the terms of service.
Yeah, because there's no censoring those drawings.
No.
There's no censoring those drawings. And some of the word answers, oh my god.
Right?
If you ever play Jackbox, do not let it open to randoms. Fight people you know.
Yeah, always people within your community. Because you never know that someone might end up causing you to get banned. Straight up. The point is bad drawings, but the banter would be off the charts. Oh, the banter is way off the charts. As I said, pushing terms of service off the charts. You know, have Moorph draw with your points on his channel, 100%, which is so great. I mean, like Moorph said, the art is just... As I said, you're going to find it in the Louvre next week.
It's, I don't even know if I can describe it. You have to see it. You have to see it.
It's some abstract stuff. It's amazing. That's people's choice to push the boundaries of terms of service. Yeah, but unfortunately, it may be their choice, but we could be on the receiving end of the result of their choice, which isn't good. You know, I would hate to have my channel banned because of someone else's stupidity.
And that's the risk we have as streamers, is we're responsible for what chat does.
100%.
You know, like if you're not monitoring your chat for whatever reason, you can get in trouble. But if you try to shut it down quickly, you know, you're usually going to they'll give you the benefit of the doubt, but still. Yeah.
Oosh. I've seen someone get banned live on stream due to some random coming into the voice chat and saying something, some hateful stuff. Yeah, see that?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm very confident with the people that I surround myself with, so I feel like I don't really have to worry about that, thankfully. So, you know, obviously you've got one of your streaming goals is to hit that partner, and you're on it. You know, you're on that point at the moment. So what would some of your long and short-term that's all, folks.
All right.
What would some of your short and long-term goals be?
So my short-term, sounds weird to say it this way, but one of my short-term goals was to hit partner. It's not a necessity for what I want to do long-term, but it will make things easier. My long-term goal, and this developed as I was kind of figuring out what I wanted to do. I keep looking here, and I mean to be looking at the camera. My long-term goal really is to create more of like a consulting company, a management company for other streamers. Because it kind of blends what I do now, like leading teams and stuff. And this field, right? So I want to someday stream less and help other people get better at what they do, whatever aspect, whatever niche they're in. And that's, it's started to come together. And I'm hoping sometime next year I'll be able to actually start taking on like paying clients and stuff.
Yeah, cool. I mean, like, you've already basically started doing that. You've got your coaching group, that you chose, which is an awesome, I guess, tester.
It's gonna be good. I was careful with the people I picked. Not that, no disrespect to anyone I didn't pick, but I tried to find people that I thought were driven, right?
For sure.
Because it just makes my job easier if they are motivated and they seem consistent. But yeah, I mean, part of it is for me to figure out what works and what doesn't when I'm talking to people. When I'm streaming and I'm giving advice, nobody's saying anything back to me. I don't know if people are understanding it the way that or if it's effective the way that I'm saying it. I will find out very quickly when I'm talking to 18 people and they're like, that doesn't make any sense. Maybe even in your head it does, dude, but not to us. So that will definitely help me get better at what I do. And I'll definitely be helping them along the way too.
For sure. So Amos has a question. Thoughts on the guidelines for Twitch Partner? Some people who don't deserve it get it first time. Meanwhile, other streamers who don't deserve it have to apply and apply and apply. What's your thoughts?
I don't like the way they do the partner piece. YouTube Partner is different. When you hit the requirements, they just make sure that you're not full of shit.
Yeah.
And then they give it to you. Which in the meantime, nobody truly knows what their requirements are, like who gets what and why they get it. So I don't know. They say that it's not a what?
It's a
what am I missing? Okay. They say that it's not based on like subs or anything like that. But I think that's part of it. Like if you look at someone like Minty, I think he had to apply 4 times before he got in.
Yeah.
And his numbers did not change. Like from time to time, like he kept averaging the same amount of people, getting the same amount of subs. But for whatever reason, the people that are reviewing him just must not have liked his content, so they didn't give it to him until they just did. But then Blue Thunder got it his very first time.
Yeah.
6 fucking months into doing this,
right?
He makes partner.
That was incredible. Like, I was truly just gobsmacked. It's like, holy shit! You've jumped on the platform, you've smashed the platform, and you've achieved partner in 6-7 months.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah, it's incredible. So I don't know. I was reading today. There was somebody that I read in an article. I can't verify it, right? That they applied literally 50 times before they got it. Yeah. Some people just do it over and over and over and over and over again. I also learned today that until like 2017, you had to have 500 concurrent viewers before you could apply for partner.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 500.
Wow. That's a lot. That is a hell of a lot.
That's deflating. I'm not even trying.
No, I wouldn't either. I'd say that and just be like, nope. That's too much. Of anyone, really. Of anyone, that's too much. Unless you're one of these streamers that can somehow pull 1,000 viewers consistently, which is rare. extremely rare. There's just no point. So Lil Witch has a question. I'm trying to get my social media and networking better and struggling to feel a change or like I'm doing it right. TikTok and YouTube the best still, and what can someone who's just a gamer use for long form content?
I love that question.
That's a great question.
So I'll split it into two, three. So YouTube and TikTok are still the best. TikTok is the best for the quickest growth. It's the most used daily platform of that kind of social media, and it's great for getting engagement and introducing yourself as a streamer to people. You have to work hard to push them over to Twitch, but it's great for getting your face and your kind of content out there. And if you feel like you're struggling to make an impact, understand that there's a lot of people on the platform on TikTok and YouTube and all that. You just have to try to be as consistent as possible. If you're posting like 3 videos a week, you're not going to get the traction because people aren't getting that visual recognition of you. When people come in my stream, it's because you're always on my FYP, because I'm always posting. People are only going to remember you once they've seen you over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Even if you have a viral video, they might not remember you in a month if your other videos aren't going viral. So you have to be consistent. So don't worry about struggling, just keep pushing. I don't want to call it a grind because that's kind of a negative connotation, but pushing. And then the last part of your question is, what can gamers use? So I love this one because a lot of gamers just think, oh, all I can do is highlight videos. And what I tell you is do everything but highlight videos, because the only person that cares about a highlight video is you. You're the only one that cares that you beat this boss in your first time, right? What you want to do as a gamer is you want to do things that are going to provide value to bring people back to your page. If it's just highlight videos, they don't give a shit, right? So you want to do things like make build videos on a certain character, show strategy on how to beat a boss or how to solve a puzzle, or review the game, review a DLC, things like that. Things that like, oh, that's really valuable information. And so that when they hear a DLC is coming out again for that game, oh, I remember this channel had a really great review of that DLC. Let me go back there and check it out. Sure. That's the kind of stuff you want to do.
Definitely. Like, Lil Witch has been playing a lot of that Disney Dreamlight Valley lately. So maybe she could do something of, this is how you get into this part of the map, or this is how you build or earn this, by doing these missions, blah, blah, blah. Break that down into a 5-minute video, 10-minute video for YouTube or something like that.
Right. Okay. Yep. Exactly.
Totally makes sense. Walkthrough, reviews. Thank you. This is why we brought him on, Lil Witch, because he's genius. Alright, so inspirations and motivators. Who did you look up to in the early days, or even now, when it comes to your streams? Is there someone
Harris Heller?
Harris Heller?
That's easy. Harris Heller.
Easy.
He's just so fucking smart. He's just so smart. He wasn't the biggest streamer, but he was probably one of the best businessmen out there. The way that he created stream beats, I don't know if everybody realizes, he paid someone from another country a amount of money to create the initial stream beats tracks, and he turned that into hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. Enough so he could go get more tracks and then build his own studio, and with his music background start making some of his own. And then he used that money to start doing other things, and he understands about diversifying income. He's just so smart.
Oh yeah,
I truly look up to the guy.
And yeah, that's his main income now, as Nova said, which is incredible. I mean, we're listening to a Stream Beats playlist at the moment, in the background.
I'ma make you pump like that.
Lil Witch from the Average Army. Thank you very much. But yeah, Harris Heller. I've only just started scratching what he provides and what he's done, where he's come from, where he is now. because Harris Heller, Devin Nash, I've only just started recently hearing about these guys, and I'm only just starting to get into what they are giving people, and it's mind blowing.
Yeah,
it really is. Very.
I would say Devin Nash. Obviously, I talk about him a lot, but he's another one that truly inspires me because I don't like to say I'm following in his footsteps because you don't grow if you're just trying to copy someone else. But what he does is the kind of stuff I like to do. He goes on YouTube like once a week and just dumps knowledge on you, and then he goes back and runs his business.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to get to. I don't want to necessarily stream 3-4 days a week forever, you know?
Different.
Or that old man Moorph you see in TikToks will literally be me in like 6 years, you know?
I'd still watch it.
I don't need a filter anymore. Look. But no, so that's where I want to get to, is just I go on and I just dump a bunch of knowledge and then go help somebody grow, you know?
For sure. So Ames has another question for you. Can we talk about neurodivergence in streaming? Moorph Games, what do you do to avoid burnout? And do you have any advice for other neurodivergent creators who become too anxious sometimes to make content?
Guys are coming with a great questions. You have
Really
a good community here, man.
I appreciate that.
So neurodivergent. So I'm a neurodivergent streamer, you know, among other things, you know, I have ADHD, anxiety issues, all that kind of stuff. So it's challenging, right? It is, but you're going to find a lot of people who do this tend to have have issues as well. So there's a community. If you kind of open yourself up and reach out to people, you'll find that there's others that are willing to talk to you about it too. So that definitely helps. I would say that's a big part of what's helped me is being okay with talking to other people about my issues, and then you guys just talk together and kind of, you know, can collaborate on that, and it just helps, like that group therapy session kind of deal.
Yeah.
Anxiety for me was a huge problem when I started. I'd say I canceled about a third of my streams for the first 3 or 4 months because I was just too nervous to go on camera, just way too nervous.
Yeah.
But the way that I got through it is realizing, for me, and it isn't going to work for everybody, but I just had to keep doing it. I had to get used to doing it, and now I'm comfortable doing it. Yeah, absolutely. And the other part of your question, we scroll up here. Oh, what do I do to avoid burnout? That's a tough one. I honestly, and this is gonna sound weird, but I don't know that I've ever truly felt burnout. Like, I just can't do this anymore when it comes to streaming, because I still love this so much. I love all aspects of it. If I felt burnout, it's because I let myself get to a point where it's a grind, you know? And when you do get to that point, when you find yourself just not wanting to get on stream, not because you're too nervous, but because I just don't want to do it right now, take a break. That's how you have to be honest with yourself and realize when you're starting to crack a little bit and step away for a day or two. It's a lot better to do it earlier on when you're feeling that way.
Absolutely.
Than when you wait too long and you got to take a week, 2 weeks, a month off, right? I've seen people do that. You know what happens often? They don't come back.
That's right.
They don't come back, despite how much they loved it, because they just get away from it. They get out of that routine. And then they start to think going back, and you're like, wow, that was a lot of work. I don't want to do that again, you know?
Yep.
So, yeah, there's my advice.
When I was sick and I took that week off streaming, it gave me a lot of time to think about things and rebuild that energy. Like, even though I was feeling like shit, I was still able to rebuild that energy and come back and be like, right, let's go. And I still tried to maintain that contact through social media as well. And, you know, there's also, we talked about this before stream, you know, there's people out there as well that I talk to when I'm feeling these down moments, and they're just like, hey, that's cool. It's okay to not be okay. Just take a day. And I always tell people too, if you take one scheduled stream off a month even, it's going to help so much with that burnout. You know, it's going to help you sort of recenter yourself, refocus, and then come back the following day and come back at it full steam ahead.
Yeah. I don't take many days off stream unless I'm literally just not feeling well. And I think it's because of the way it is at my job. Like, we're always planning ahead, which is probably why I do things the way I do. Like, we just we start our budget process for the next year in April of current year, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're always looking like 9-10 months ahead, you know? So it's you know, maybe that's conditioned me not to get that grind feeling, because you just keep rolling over to the next thing. Constantly, you know? So like prepared. When I do my plan, you guys, you know, when I do my planning, like I'm done with October already, and I know as soon as I get that out there, I'm working on November. You know, it's just a constant thing. It's like, it's not a burnout, it's just the way that it is, you know?
Yeah, exactly. You know, and I see how prepared you are all the time, and I'm like, shit, I need to get ahead like that, so I'm not feeling so on the ball. Because at the moment, I'm probably about 3 or 4 days ahead of myself when it comes to making content, and maybe a week ahead of myself in organising what's going on with my streams. So I'm getting there. It's just a matter of keeping on that.
Yeah. Don't necessarily look at how far ahead I get as the right way to do it.
No.
There's a level of what I do that's insane, and I will admit that. You don't know how many people like I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I'll contact someone on like September 2nd. Hey, what are you doing October 28th? And they're like, I don't know. I hope I'm alive. I'm like, oh, because I'm putting this thing together. You know, a lot of people are like, I don't know, dude. But yeah, so I get it. It's a bit far in advance.
Yeah.
But you know, I like to do things in a month at a time. So,
like, when I say I look at you, I want to be ahead like you. I'm not talking 12 months ahead, 9 months ahead like you, but like a week, maybe 2. You know, my manageable level of advance knowledge. You know, because I like to know where I am, where I'm going, what I need to do. You know, like Bearded Nova said, I'm doing promos and stuff now, like for this and for Lil Witch's interview last week. You know, that was really a good amount of time for me to build ahead. You know, about a week. It was pretty comfortable for me.
Yeah,
which was good.
I think that's a good amount.
It is.
When you're doing your just chatting, when you have guests on, the only thing I would say is don't do what other people have done, and like they'll call me like, hey, what are you doing tomorrow? I'm busy.
Yeah,
I'm busy. So you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Just give people a little bit of headway. I mean,
yeah, like when I contacted you, it was about a week in advance ish, and I feel like that's a good amount of time. It's a good amount of time to be like, oh, I can't this week. I've got such and such and such on, work, family, whatever.
Yeah.
Or in this case, you're like, yeah, cool, I can do it. I was like, awesome. I've got time to put out promos, put together videos, put out posts, stuff like that to make people aware of what's happening. You know, which was great. Which was perfect timing. Yep.
I will be honest with you. Another reason that I do, like, I'll put my monthly promos out, and right before the month, but I put them out a chunk at a time, because one thing that you have to do to stand out in this as a streamer, as a creator, is you have to be unique, right? And you want to try to be ahead of things. And if I put out a full list of what I'm doing ahead of time, then no one can steal any ideas or anything like that, because I've literally already put it out there, what I'm going to be talking about. So they can't steal it because they've already done it.
Exactly. So, you know, I feel like a lot of people are out there doing podcasts and just chatting and advice and things at the moment. But I'm not trying to give people advice. I'm trying to bring people on that have different views on streaming, content creation, gaming, whatever, and picking their brain to see, you know, what they think, what they have to offer. Like, I know for a fact that you have a lot of knowledge in the area based on your experience in streaming, as well as being able to bring your career into streaming. And I wanted to bring you on so people can hear your opinions, your thoughts, and your experience. So that's basically what I'm trying to do with Average Chatter here. You know, share knowledge and experience from other people at the same time as learn something myself.
Right.
Which is
and so
important to me.
That's what I like about what you're doing is you didn't just say, I want to have some people on to talk. Like you have a purpose, you have a goal of why you're doing this. I don't think you can grow unless you're doing what you're doing, unless you have a reason why you're doing it. Because otherwise, how do you know where to go? Exactly. What do you need to fix? What do you need to change? You know?
Absolutely.
So yeah, you're doing it the right way. What's up, Nug?
Nug. Legend himself is here. The Nuggets and the Sauce is in the building. So,
oh, damn it. Now I want some nuggets.
I'd be down.
Wait, are those boneless buffalo wings, Nug?
Let's go.
Aim said something.
Let's go.
Go to the Bearded Nova route and call people out for watching questionable content on TikTok, like the flip to switch thirst trap. That was such a good TikTok.
I'm telling you right now.
I started doing those because of Bearded Nova, because he got me once or twice. Not that I was watching the video before he stitched it. Nope.
No.
But yeah, I remember the first time I'm watching it. I'm like, oh god damn it, Bearded Nova.
He says he's moving into that kind of thirst trap section, all right. And also, welcome in, Raven. Always good to see you, my friend. Raven Bane's here as well. Another legend. She's always shouting out so many people on Twitter, showing so much support. It's awesome.
Raven is awesome. Raven is truly awesome.
Really is. Don't make me blush, says Yono. I will make you blush and more. Still here, just been working. Appreciate you, Shaylee. Now I'm having pronunciation problems. Shaylee. Nuggets equals boneless wings. I mean, this is true. This is true. Raven, you're making me blush. Good. That means that you know that we appreciate you. Adel Debbie, how are you? How are you? Welcome in, Abs. Hope you're having a great evening. Always trying new things. I complained about Call of Duty and Nadia yesterday. More comments than any other video I've posted. Oh, now that is a controversial subject. That is a controversial subject.
Yeah.
Calling out someone about their cheating just because they're female.
Yeah, it is. People are all over her. I mean, all over you about it, I bet. So, I watched some of the clips from the LAN event.
Mm-hmm.
She was no good without whatever she usually does. And I'm not trying to shit on her because she's a female playing the game. I'm shitting on her because I think she's cheating.
Oh, there's a lot of people have slowed down parts of clips. Well, I watched one yesterday where she was shooting one person, then it was a snap.
Yes.
No, I mean a snap faster than any human could ever react. And
yeah.
like, that is 100% aimbot.
Yeah. Shooting through the sides of walls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's cheating for sure. But the amount of controversy behind it and how some people are targeting her is immature. Like, someone's making merchandise. I mean, Minty pointed this out on TikTok. People are making merchandise that says cheating bitch or cheater bitch or something like that. And it's,
so
you know who it's targeted at.
I think everyone should be treated equally, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're a cheater, you're a cheater. But like when you phrase it like that, now you're bringing gender and sexism to it,
100%.
and that's not okay.
No,
that's not okay.
No, and Minty made a point to that too. He's like, this is completely immature and unnecessary. And you know, he basically said, don't buy any of the merch because it's sexist. It's bullshit. Like, sure, call her a cheater, but don't start. Yeah, I'm starting to get angry.
And what I hate about the situation, and it makes me a little angry at what she's doing, is, you know, there's that, and I'm sure that the women in here will agree that there's always this perception from the male side of gaming that girls can't game.
Yeah.
And she's helping to further their stupid viewpoint because she's not doing it straight up. I'm sure she's a very good COD player. She's just not. She's just taking some of those shortcuts. But she's giving them some justification for their sexism.
Yeah, which isn't good when people are out here trying to be like, don't be a sexist, misogynistic piece of shit. you know, and it's making that harder when things like that are going on.
Yep.
Can't believe how much people are carrying on over this. Honestly, it's doing my head in. It's doing mine in too. I'm sick of seeing it. Now she's using the content to draw more people in. Her videos start with, "Yeah, I'm cheating. That's how I can do this."
Wait. Yeah. Did she really say that? Stuff like that?
Yeah, I haven't seen that myself, but that was going to be something that I was about to say. Like, is she doing this for the sole purpose of words average? You know, making herself grow, you know?
Yeah.
Because she knows it's going to cause that controversy. She knows it's going to cause segregation between certain groups of people.
Yep.
You know, it's going to cause drama, and drama brings people in.
Yeah. It's working for her. I don't know how well I know she's a partner. I don't know how well she usually does, but I don't usually watch her. I watched her on Monday and Tuesday because of what happened over the weekend. She got over 1,000 subs combined those 2 days. It's working. It's working, right? So, you know, each their own. You know, what you notice, I will not make content about it. I will not tweet about it because I don't agree with what she's doing. But like I said a second ago, I don't want to help further that other side of the argument.
Yeah, it's
I won't bring it up.
No, it's a very on the fence sort of situation at the moment. Like, it can teeter and fall either which way presently. In my opinion, I feel like her haters push her further. They absolutely do. No, they definitely push her further, and all of this hype, whether it's negative, positive, whatever, these haters, lovers, everything in between, are pushing her further, and it's bringing people in like wildfire. It's insane. The whole situation is insane. I never heard of her until you guys started pushing her name out there. Okay.
Honestly, I hadn't either until somehow she came across my FYP before the LAN event about, but it was commentary of her clips, not her actual clips. So,
right.
What's up, Zeno?
Yep, the Queen's in here, folks.
It is.
Bow down.
I'm not bowing to Zeno. She just jump scared me, and I'm cowering in the corner. That's all it is.
I'm not surprised about that either. It's great. Every time I see Zeno come into your chats, I'm just like, here we go. Wait for it. Wait for it. Then boom, got him.
Yep.
Okay, so as a streamer, as a content creator, what are some of the greatest challenges that you've encountered?
Well, the ongoing challenge is trying to find a way to stand out in front of 10 million people. 10 million people that do what I do. You know, one of the reasons that I went to the niche that I did is because I knew that I wouldn't be able to stand out as a regular gamer, you know, because I'm good at some games, but I'm not great at any game, you know, and I'm not someone that is naturally full of stories, you know, that kind of stuff. So I knew I wouldn't be able to just play a game and narrate it and be engaging and funny and all that stuff. So I had to think of some other thing to do. Like, one thing that Harris Heller said is, like, you need to find something that you are good at, better at than other people. And it took me a long time to figure out what that was. And that was definitely one of the greatest challenges.
Definitely. Like, it's the same for me. I'm still like a baby calf trying to stand up at the moment when it comes to streaming. You know, I'll get up on my feet, then I'll fall over. I'll get up again, then I'll fall over again. But I'm slowly getting there. You know, and average gamer, what I am is in the title. You know, I'm not great at games. I'm not amazing. I'm not a professional. I do my best. But I have fun with it, and I try to make that obvious to people. You know, I'm not good at the game, but we're going to have a hell of a time trying. You know, like Sea of Thieves. Perfect example. We're going to go out. I'm going to try to sink that person. Oh, shit, I'm sunk. I'm at the bottom of the ocean. But it was fun trying. And that's the focus of my gaming sections. It's to show people that you don't have to be the best. to have fun. You don't have
Right.
to be cracked at a game, as the younger generation says, to have fun.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
As long as you're having fun, talking shit about it. I mean, as if you would sitting down on the couch with your friends back when you were kids. You know, you're entertaining to each other because you're giving each other shit. You're having a good time being bad at the game or being
Right.
moderate at the game.
Yeah. Well, that's why, like, I will revert back to games like Skyrim or Remnant or Borderlands because I am good at the game. I know how to play those games. I'm not the best, but I'm good at the game. I'll play horror only because everybody else has fun watching me play it.
Absolutely.
But I won't play FPS game. I mean, I honestly don't really try them, but I will try them every now and then. But I won't play them long term because I don't enjoy playing them because I struggle so much. It's not fun for me, and it won't be fun for people watching me just get mad and frustrated. So there's no point in it.
100%. Like, I mean, some people do find value in watching people rage in their streams. I get it, but I don't want to be that person. Because when I get angry, I get very angry. So I try not to be like that. But and I appreciate that too, by the way, Zeno. You know, watching pros is cool, but watching something relatable is also a niche. So I appreciate that because that's what I try to be. But you know, being moderate at it is great fun. It's just as much fun,
right?
And I don't want to be that angry person. I want to be the happy person that's happy being attacked, happy attacking someone, or you know, just happy going on a journey through, I don't know, Nassau and Assassin's Creed Black Flag as a pirate. You know, taking on that persona, doing my pirate voice and having fun, and just being moderate at the game. You know, same with Sea of Thieves.
What's wrong with being angry about it?
I mean, we can be angry, but I mean, I've gotten angry once, and there's currently a dent in my wall where I got too angry. So,
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, I got that angry. So I try not to be that angry person anymore because I don't want to have to repair walls.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah. That costs money. I don't want to spend money. So, networking, it's a very important part of doing what we are. And I know the word and the term networking has been flogged like a dead horse. But
yeah,
it is what it is. And what would that be in your opinion?
Yeah, I hear this on TikTok. In fact, I think I made a TikTok about it the other day. The people that don't like it. It's networking is finding other people that you can learn from or grow with, common interests, common whatever, and you kind of use your combined power to just get better at what you do, right? It's not the same as collaborating, but it's, you know, networking can lead to collaboration, but it's about meeting other people and learning from them. Just, you know, in this industry in specifically, you can't go it alone. You need other people around you. There's definitely power in numbers.
Okay.
Like, look at the big creators, right? They all live in fucking streamer houses. You know what I mean? They're constantly together. And when people see, oh, big creator, all of their streams blow up. Yeah. Because it's like, oh my God, all these big people in one place. It's how the game played. One thing I wish I could live near people where I could do like in-person collabs more often, you know? That'd be awesome.
It would be, yeah, it would be amazing. You know, like being down here in New Zealand, there's not a hell of a lot of Kiwi creators out there. Like, there's a lot, but nowhere near as many as you get in the States, Canada, Europe, so on and so forth. And even if we do get to know each other and meet each other, chances are we're going to be in totally different ends of the country. So even still, we're not going to be able to make that personal connection face to face and have that and have both of us in the same room.
Yeah. Good.
The dog's bloody howling. So
the dog's like, don't leave, don't leave.
Yeah, you heard me talking about going somewhere. You're like, no. if you're wanting to grow your subs, how do you figure out an appropriate stream goal? That's a very good question, actually.
Yeah, that's one I've struggled with, for various reasons. I don't think I mentioned the word sub to me for the first year that I did this, because I don't know, like I didn't want my viewers to have to pay me. I wanted advertisers to pay me.
Yeah.
You know, you don't know how many guys that would come to stream and they're like, oh, I don't know if I can make my rent, but here's 5 gifted subs. I'm like, don't do that.
Yeah,
Pay your
right.
rent.
Yeah.
Pay your damn rent. Don't fucking gift me.
Yeah, you can't watch my streams from the street. Well, I suppose you could on your phone,
Right.
but you know, you need a
Right.
house.
Yes. So in terms of like a sub goal, what I would say is look at what you've been averaging, right? And then honestly, you want to get more, so add like 10-15% to that number,
Mhm.
and say that's your goal. Just a little bit of a stretch, right? But if you're averaging 10 subs a month and you go, hey guys, let's get to 500 subs this month, it's not going to happen.
No.
You're gonna feel bad. They're gonna be like, that's impossible. We can't do that, you know. But yeah, just whatever you normally average, add a little to it, you know, and go from there. What you don't want to do, and I've seen people do this too, say, I want to be a full-time creator. Okay, I make this much at my job. In order to quit, I need this many subs, and then they back into it, and that's where they come like, I need 1,000 subs a month. You're not getting 1,000 subs a month. You got 5 last month.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, exactly. Tyflo says networking is a chance to learn and share information and innovate content with each other that has potential benefits for both parties. Well put, Tyflo. This is why I love this man. He just knows how to say things perfectly every damn time.
What's up, Ty? It's Ty. I don't know how you do it. You just like Average just said. You're smart, man. You're good.
He's super smart. He's super good, and this is why I enjoy having conversations with Ty. He knows what he's talking about. He has positive influences that he looks up to, and he takes their knowledge and he blazes his own path with that knowledge, and I can respect that 100%. You know, I've got a lot of respect and a lot of time for Tyflo.
Yeah, no, I should probably delete my
Nova said that Amon has managed to ban a troll that edited his stream after seeing him in other channels. I said I wanted to go a troll. He wanted to give it to a troll. Well, I'm sad that we didn't get that opportunity because that would have made great content.
Yeah, we should add him to the shared ban list like we did the jury.
I forgot to look at that last night. I share a ban list with Nova as well, so I need to go through that, make sure he's not banned here as well. But I've seen that clip though, and I was just like, "You were just testing the feature, wasn't you?" I mean, it was just a test.
Just a test.
But right. So, support for support versus follow for follow. What is your stance on those?
Follow for follow is an absolute waste of your time. It boosts a number that doesn't really have any effect in reality at all, except that you need 50 people to make affiliate and 100,000 people to make partner. But it doesn't help you. There's zero engagement. I can guarantee you that 90% of the people that follow you from a follow for follow thing aren't ever going to come back to your stream, right? Support for support is a little more, it's not good, right? It's not good,
No.
but at least people are watching your stream. The problem with it is they don't care about helping build your community.
No.
They're there because you're going to give something to them.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to help you either. It might seem to some people like it's going to help you, but it's truly not. So yeah, neither one is good. Neither one is going to really help you grow. I use the term sticky viewers, right? People that come to your stream and then they come back.
Absolutely.
Follow for follow, 0 sticky viewers. Support for support, 80% chance they won't turn into sticky viewers, right?
Absolutely agreed. You know, as I said, I've been part of a few different discords in the past, and though I have met, support for support servers and stuff, although I have met some great people and, you know, I've made some really awesome connections with people, awesome friends, and started to build really cool relationships with these people, a lot of them will just come in, exclamation mark lurk, and then 5 minutes later I see them leave. It's like, that's the problem with these things, you know.
Yeah.
People won't come back, and if they do come back, they don't care what you're doing. They don't care what you're playing. They don't care what you're trying to provide. They don't care what you're talking about. They just give you a number for a few minutes, maybe half an hour or something, then they dip. Then they go to the people that they do care about. I mean, which is fine. Like, I'll take that view number for a little bit, whatever. But, you know, end of the day, they're not going to return, as you said.
Right. It doesn't help you build that consistency in your community that you want.
Exactly. You know, and I want to build a community where it's just like a streamer house. You know, we're all hanging out. We've all got the same mentality. We've all got the same goals. We all want to provide the same yet similar things. No worries, Zeno. You do what you got to do, my friend. We'll see you back here soon. You know, I just want to think of it as a place where you're kicking back with your friends, having a drink, if you will, and talking, hanging out, playing some games together.
Yeah. Picking
on each other, scaring the shit out of each other. You know?
No, maybe not that last one, but...
but that's what I want my whole thing to be, at least, anyway. But, yeah, you know, totally agree with the support, follow for follow, 100%. You don't get the stickiness from it, if you will.
Right.
And while we're on the case of Discords, personal Discords, do you think they're a necessary tool to have?
No.
No?
No. I used to think they were. I used to think that was just something streamers did, is have a Discord. And then I'd create one, and like nobody came, and it was just a lot of work to set up.
Yeah.
And I read. I don't remember. I wish I remembered the author's name, but I read an article that you shouldn't really worry about having a Discord until your community is asking for one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I didn't get to the point where people like, hey, where's your Discord link, until like 6 months ago, 7 months ago. Before then, nobody asked. And then but I would invite everybody, and then there was no activity. Like my own Discord now, it's only been somewhat active for the last 4 or 5 months.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it gets, it's almost as annoying as having an empty chat.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because you create a Discord, and like I created all these categories and all these channels, and I put all this information there. And all right, guys. Oh, okay. Well, this is depressing.
Yeah,
you know,
I've created mine, and as you said, there's not a lot of activity in there, but the few people that are in there talking to me, it's just like talking backstage with people. You know, this is what I'm planning on doing. What do you think? You know, give me a bit of feedback here. You know, it's away from the public eye. You know, let me know what you think of this idea, or give me some ideas.
Yeah.
Tyflow, Average and Moorph, do you agree with Minty's take on the high importance offline follows when you're not live? His reasoning behind that, your presence is relevant even when you are not live streaming in the moment.
So let me say this, and if the day comes that I make partner, I want you to say the same thing to me. It doesn't matter if you're a partner or not. That doesn't mean that you know everything, and I won't either. I don't agree with the high importance of offline follows. Offline follows to me tell me that my social media is working. That doesn't mean anything else to me. It just means my social media is working. Offline, I can tell you what I'd like to see is how many people that follow you offline actually come back to your stream. Right?
Yep.
I see a lot of people in my TikTok comments say, hey, I just followed you. I never see them come back and stream ever. Well, not ever, but you know what I mean. It's great. It's not follow for follow. They genuinely meant as a compliment. We're going to follow you, but they don't always come back. So I don't think that. And his reasoning being that your presence is relevant even when you're not. It, like I said, it just means that they like my TikTok. It, you know, it doesn't mean anything. You know, I like it when someone discovers me through some means on Twitch or something, and then stops in and follows, or they come in from TikTok, watch for a while, and then follow. That means they like my content. You know?
Yeah, like, I'm definitely on board with you there as well. I wouldn't say that it's important, but it's definitely a huge compliment to, you know, sometimes I'll just be working on OBS offline, not streaming, and then I'll have the living shit scared out of me because my follow alert goes off. And after I get over the heart attack, I'm just like, wow, that's really cool. You know, someone's seen my content outside of here, come over to my Twitch and hit that follow because they like what I'm putting out on my social media. You know, whether it's Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, wherever, they're seeing something they enjoy and they want to see more of it live.
Yeah.
Which I think is really cool, you know.
Yep.
Whether it's super important, I don't know about that. But it's a really awesome compliment and really makes the streamer feel good about what they're doing outside of being live.
Yep.
So,
it feels good. It absolutely feels good.
It really does.
You know, I don't know that it's that big of a deal other than just measuring your reach on social media.
Absolutely. Offline follows, social media attention, and community streamer support. Exactly, Jimothy. Exactly. You know, like, people are seeing your stuff, they're enjoying what they see, and they want to see more. And that's a good thing. It means you're doing something right.
Where is this?
You know?
There's a marker there.
So it's a compliment to you, and it also it reaffirms what you're doing, which is a great thing.
Yep, absolutely.
Oh, I fixed it.
So
holy shit! Okay. Yay!
Well, again, while we're talking about social media and stuff,
I just said, next to me.
What advantages versus disadvantages do you think social media has for people? Has for streamers, content creators?
Sure. So the advantage of social media is, I think, pretty straightforward. It's the only way you're gonna get discovered. You know, I think I in a TikTok recently or the other day, I mentioned that, you know, there's a few different discoverability tools on Twitch. They're all garbage, right? Oh God. Okay, you're doing your thing. I'm not gonna stop. All right, there we go. Discoverability at Twitch is impossible. Well, not impossible, but it's very hard to do. So you need to get discovered somehow. That's what social media is for. And it not just it gives you a way to show people snippets of what you do.
Yeah.
Right. The disadvantage is, from my perspective, is, well, I don't find streaming to be a grind or to be hard work. Social media, the need to be consistent and post all the time and be creative and all this shit, that feels like work sometimes.
Yeah.
And that makes it less fun. So yeah, you need to do it, but the need to do it all the time is tiring.
Very tiring. Like, it can be tough, like finding, as I said, the schedule and the time amongst family and friends and life to be able to do those things, which is probably the disadvantage. Well, not even so much a disadvantage, but just a pain in the ass. I'm going to put it that way. But it's definitely worth it in the long run to have consistency. You know, I'd try to post twice a day TikTok, twice a day Twitter. You know, one post on Twitter about myself, what I'm planning to do, about my day, whatever, and then another post or even just a comment reaching out to someone new every day. You know, whether that turns into a great friendship, relationship, awesome. If it doesn't, cool. We'll try again tomorrow. You know, so that's what I try to do on those two platforms. And Instagram, it's really just I'll forward on from TikTok. I'll put this clip on Instagram from TikTok, or if I have some cool pictures, screenshots from Sea of Thieves or whatever I've been playing, onto Instagram. You know?
Yep.
But I'm nowhere near as consistent on Instagram as I probably should be. I'll probably post on there 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah, Instagram. That's one that I actually do want to do more on there. And I think, like I've mentioned, maybe mentioned before, I like everyone else, I have limited time. I want to make sure I'm putting some quality out and I can be consistent where I can. If I go try to doing too much at once, I'm spreading myself way too thin and you're going to get shit everywhere. So, Instagram's the next one that I want to add once I feel I can kind of put like TikTok on autopilot, you know?
Yeah, TikTok almost does become autopilot after a while, for sure. You know, it has for me. Once I get down to 2 videos left in my draft, I'll make another 5, 10, then I'll bleed them out over a week, and rinse and repeat. Shayla says, I've started posting a clip per day on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, and Hover. So far, I've just got a surprising amount of likes on Instagram and virtually nothing else. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, and it's funny, Shay, you hear it, people say the opposite. Look, everything is on TikTok and nothing on anywhere else. Everything on YouTube, like it's all over the board.
It is.
It is very interesting the way, I think a lot of the algorithms are really good on the different platforms, but the way they work together is mind-boggling.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, I've noticed, you know, like a lot of people have been telling me, like Bearded Nova, I need to start using SnapTik to take the TikTok watermarks off my TikToks, and then I'll get more views. And I've done that to a couple, and there's been no difference. So maybe I need to just do that more consistently, because I've sort of played around with it a little bit, like 2 without, 3 or 4 with. So I've sort of been watching what the views are doing as opposed to each other.
Yeah.
So within the next week, I'm going to start using SnapTik, and all of my clips are going to be without the watermark, and just see how that performs as opposed to the month or 2 beforehand.
Right.
And see the outcome.
That's smart, because what I wish I could remember exactly, but I do know that YouTube and Instagram will not push your video as hard if it has a watermark on it.
Okay. Sort of like a competition sort of side of things.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So, Jimothy, hard to know when to pull the trigger, when to increase your streamer wants to needs, while having a full-time job, a family, and other hobby interests. It's a difficult balance, you know, that we all struggle with. You know, finding that consistent schedule amongst work and family, and as you said. But you know, you make your schedule work around your family life, not the other way around. You know, so you really want to, if you only have 1 day a week that you can stream 1 day a week. You know, and as I said to Lil Witch, when it comes to TikTok or Twitter or whatever, you'll find moments where you're just sitting in the toilet and you put out a post, you know. No one knows that you're in the toilet. Put out a post while you're on Twitter. You know, you're scrolling anyway. Why not?
Yeah. Absolutely. That's such a smart thing. And I hear people say, well, I have time to stream once a week, but I want to stream 4 weeks. I mean, but you've made your priority your other IRL responsibilities.
Yeah.
Just be happy with that. If you want to stream more,